Hello, everybody, and welcome to the GT3 Championship, the Fall Edition. Get ready to pick your champions because we've got a tight championship right now. Jeff Spangler leads Quinn Smith and Ali Raza. That's your 1, 2, 3 right now. 182 points to 170 to 151. Ali Raza might get upset by Kenneth Portis II. He's done around 280 laps around this circuit already. 145 points to his name. Only 6 adrift from Ali Raza right now. Timothy Jedubal, Casey Schutte, Hunter Davis, Gil Sovlin, Vedyek Ostitsiev, and Andre Alex Alfonso is in your 10. What's up, Jaeger Caro? Thank you very much for being here. What's up, Mr. Rue? Very unique name. Very interesting to see you with a changed name there. Rally Dutchy, hello, good luck to everybody indeed, and let's have a fantastic race. And before we get there, the qualifying session that's underway, let's go ahead and see what the drivers are up to for this calendar season. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have the GT4 rookies. This time we're going to be racing around Brands Hatch. Right after that, we're going to have the GT4 Open for the Patreon Championship. Also at Brands Hatch for the 45-minute sprint race, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The NASCAR Truck Series has already concluded on Tuesdays at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, but we still have the iRacing GT4 Championship that finished up last week. Just kidding. GT3 West Coast Championship, that's going to be Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So don't get that mixed up with the rest of the calendar. This week coming up, we're going to be at the Nürburgring on October 9th, this Wednesday, for a 45-minute sprint race. GT3 Championship, that's what you're watching tonight. Tonight we're at Oulton Park for a 80-minute endurance race, or 1 hour and 20-minute race. Following that, we're at Watkins Glen, then the Nordschleife, then Hungaroring to finish out this wonderful championship series. Special events coming up, we have the Spooky Suzuki on October 30th, the Sun Sprint at Zandvoort on November 3rd, and the Flooded Silverstone. But don't forget about the IRL driver swap race coming up next week at the Red Bull Ring. It's going to be on Thursday, October 10th, so just 4 days away right now at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Want to race with your significant other, friend, sibling, and get in on the sim racing fun? Well, this event with TRACKILICIOUS will help get you there. You just need yourself, your spouse, sibling, parent, or a friend to get into the ring, and your normal setup will do. And basically, this is going to be an IRL, in real life, swap. So no driver swaps in the game. They'll be able to take over after 10 minutes. So 10 minutes goes to the experienced driver, 20 minutes for the inexperienced driver, for your spouse, sibling, parent, or friend at the pit stop. Then 10 minutes back to it being towards the race end for the most experienced driver on the team. You don't need a spouse or a friend to have any fun here. This is all just for funsies. But if you don't have someone to swap with, you can always just register in the GT4 class and drive by yourself and have some fun for all of the drivers. And that's going to be this Thursday, October 10th, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at the Red Bull Ring. We've already got 7 people signed up. We're hoping to get some more signed up in on the fun. And without any further ado, excuse me, let's get to seeing what the drivers are up to. We've got 12 minutes left in this qualifying session, and we'll get right over to it, folks. Got Ali Raza in P1 right now with a 132.9. Quinn Smith with a 133.1. 33.2, 33.4. That's for Spangler. And then Jake Wells. Wilson Fernandez in P5 with a 133.4. Look at all these 133s. 133 all the way back down to P11. So basically a 1 second gap separating the top 11 right now. We've got Jake Wells, Wilson Fernandez, Kenneth Portis II, JPR, James Pierre Reed, Gil Silverland, Casey Schutte, Timothy Jedubal, Tyler McCullough, Andre Alex Alfonso in the 999, Patrick Dubois, Matt Artem, Jason Provolone, the big stinky cheese man himself in 15th position. Then we've got Hunter Davis, Gelson Cruz, Zane Blisket, Anthony Kelly from FNN, Jan Stam, Drew Burakovsky, Eric Gakosian, Daniel Desjardins, Rally Dutchy, Spady, Bud, Aaron John, and Jaeger Caro. Holy Toledo, we've got 27 drivers signed up for this Sunday evening. Hopefully half of them can join us in. Mr. Rue says, can my 13 months little girl join me, but I would have to help her drive? Absolutely. I think that's totally doable. As long as she has one hand on the wheel at all times, I think that would be permissible, sir. And there was a Jan Stam, I think that was, or no, that was a Zane Blisket off in the background. That's who that was for the Mad Fox Sim Racing team. And he was off into the S's there at the end of the lap at Deerleap, if I'm not mistaken. But he's doing all right, hanging out in the pit lane now. 9:58 left in this qualifying session. So if anybody has not gotten their laps in yet, they better get to getting them done sooner rather than later. Timothy Jadubal leads the FNM team in 11th place right now with a 1:33.9. He's not looking to improve much on this lap. Quinn Smith, has taken P1 away from Ali Raza. And Ali Raza has got a new fresh set of rubbers. He's out on pit lane right now. He's on his way out to do some dangerous things, I'm sure, as Ali Raza likes to perform at a high level here. He was leading the practice charts for quite some time. I believe he had a low 132 for his practice time, but now he's only able to produce that 132.9. Let me go ahead and double check the times. 132.5 for him on the practice leaderboard. Quinn Smith also capable of a 132.7, so he's about to set his personal best right now. Spangler with a 132.9 as well. And then Hunter Davis with a 133.1, 133.1 for Kenneth Portis II. So it's going to be awfully close right now. And let's see if Hunter Davis and Kenneth Portis II can break down those 133 barriers and get into the 132s, hopefully making for some exciting racing. But this is Oulton Park now. It's a very tight track and it's very, very technical. So the problem is going to be is maintaining that consistency over the entire 2.6 mile lap that we have. Jay Hall, thank you very much for the hydrate, sir. Cheers to you. Got our commentators crack going here. This stream sponsored by Gorilla Mind. Bomb Pop. Go ahead and get your Gorilla Mind Bomb Pop as Casey Schutte has a little bit of excursion into the kitty litter. And that'll be the end of his attempt right now as the Black Rifle Coffee Company heads off into the pits for the Reckless Racing GT3 444. As I was saying, 17 corners here at Oulton Park, 6 to the left, 11 to the right, 141 feet of elevation change overall. So maintaining your consistency is going to be the toughest part. Oh, and Mr. Rue says his 13-month-old daughter loves the rig. Yeah, if that's the case, brothers, go ahead and sign up. I don't think anybody's going to dog you for driving with a 13-month-old in your lap. I think that's a handicap in of itself. You can always pass it off to your wife and pass the baby around as well. In the pit stop, hand off the 13-month-old from one person to the other. What's up, Big Cheese? Hello from CYQT, beautiful Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. The last view you showed, driver's view, was really awesome. Right on. Thank you very much for the cheered bits, One Bigley. You are the best. I love all the cameras that we're able to provide. What's up, Cali Official? I'm doing fantastic. There's no other place I'd rather be on a Sunday evening than racing here with you guys, but I get to do the best job. And who is that going backwards in the pit lane right now? I think that was Tyler McCullough trying to go the wrong way out of pit lane. And he quickly returns to the pit and corrects himself. We're going to cut that one out. But yeah, there's no other place I'd rather be. Best view in the house is watching you guys go round and round in circles. And for 120 minutes, this is going to be pretty exciting. Mandatory pit stop will be required from all the drivers as well. So I'm interested to see what the strategy will end up being. I don't think Oulton Park is very hard on tires, so my assumption is that a lot of the drivers will take their splash and dash towards the end. And how are you doing, Cali official? I didn't mean to forget about you. I've got a couple fun facts ready about the Oulton Park circuit as well. Some reused from last time, some of them are brand spanking new, of course. And we're watching Andrea Alex Alfonso in the 999 Nissan GT3 go round and round and round one more time, and that thing is powered by a 3.8 liter V6 twin turbo pushing around 550 horsepower. Strong traction, good tire management, stability and versatility as well. So it should be optimized for a circuit like this, as Andrea Alex Alfonso gets a little impeded by a couple people having some shenanigans out in front of him, but he's able to get around them just fine. Ali Raza gets to the line here soon, I can only imagine. Nope, he's just crossing the line, not doing any improvement over his previous. Cali official, I gotta ask, did you watch the track guide video? And if so, what did you think about it? We're trying to do some new things. This is my first time doing it, so hopefully it did all right. Challenging to do what Mike Noss does, I must say. He's a very excellent commentator and does very well those track guide videos. Quinn Smith still holds on to P1. Ali Raza in P2. Jeff Spangler's in third. Wilson Fernandez in fourth. Jake Wells Racing in fifth. Kenneth Portis II in sixth. Casey Chute is in the 444 in seventh place. JPR in eighth. This is Aaron John, driving something a little bit different apparently. This time he's driving a McLaren over his usual BMW, if I'm not mistaken, trying to go for something a little bit more fitting for the circuit, I would imagine. What's up, Dr. Porkchop? Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for showing up. Thank you very much for hanging out with us, as always. Love the support and love that we get from all of the viewers, and not only the viewers, the racers as well, because they put on quite a show for us here at Tracklicious. Aaron John looking to improve by quite some time because he doesn't have one set right now. Rally Dutchy, Spady Bud, Aaron John, and Jaeger Karu all not setting pit stops yet. Oh, and there's a car going through on him right now, and that Lamborghini is able to just pull away pretty easily. And that must be Drew Borowkowski in the lone Lamborghini here tonight. And here comes Aaron John to the line. What is he able to produce on this opening lap of his? He's able to go 24th position overall with a 140.875. Not too shabby. I think you did watch it live, Mr. Cali. I just can't remember if people are watching it afterwards or if they're watching it live. Kenneth Portis II having an off. Here goes Eric Akassian right now, starting his lap right now. He's about 7.5 seconds into this one right now, and he's doing pretty well in the Rising Suns Tracky by Jet car. Coming into Cascades right now, and then Lakeside. And the Island Bend, he's pretty flat out here, and then now deep on the braking zone, high on the compression of the vehicle, into the steep banking of Shell's Oil Corner. And he goes back around. He's not improving right now by much. He makes his way over to Britain's Corner. And over the hill we go, and into the second chicane of his slop. And he comes through pretty well, actually. Eric Akassian might be able to improve this 134.4 that he has and hopefully get himself into the top 15 right now. 555 for Eric the Boss Kakassian. Livery deep dive for Eric the Boss Kakassian being redeemed. We can do these things. This is the the Rising Suns by Tracky, and he is able to get into the top 15. Eric Kakassian gets the commentators briefing. He's got a nice livery going on right now. Rising Suns Tracky by Jet in the 555. And one of the favorite things I have noticed about this livery is the Rising Sun here on the rear wheel well. That looks snazzy to me. So a beautiful livery all around. Tracklicious on the rear wing. Rising Sun as well in the matching gold. Really good looking livery. Really good looking livery. Thank you very much for redeeming that deep dive. Hopefully that does justice. It is a beautiful livery. Brian BSK asks how long between qualifying and the start of the race. Man, I think it's going to be pretty short. I think it's maybe about a 3-minute brief period before the next one starts. Hello, Adam Strange. So just 3 minutes left to go before the race is actually going to start. Redeem to hydrate. Thank you very much. Cheers to you. Ali Raza takes back P1 with a 132.5. Takes it away from Quinn Smith with 132.6. 133 barrier starts with Jeff Spangler, but it's still within a second all the way down to P8 towards Hunter Davis. So 132.5 all the way to 133.5 for Hunter Davis. And we got Jeff Spangler, Jake Wells from Jake Wells Racing, Wilson Fernandez, Kenneth Portis II, Casey Schutte, Hunter Davis, Timothy Jadubal, James Pierre Reed, Gil Silverland, Matt Artem, Andre Alex Alfonso, and 13th position. How's it going? Things are going fantastic. Getting ready to start this one up. Really looking forward to it. Mandatory pit stop is going to be required for all of the drivers. That's what mandatory means. It means it will be required, not an optional pit stop. And mandatory fuel, no fixed refueling time, optional tires. So if I am to make a bet on this one, I expect people to be taking splash and dashes before the end of this race. I don't expect people to be taking tires. I don't expect people to be pushing their tires very hard. But I do expect to see people with full fuel loads try to make it to the very end. The one thing that will cause some issues for the drivers as Desjardins gets hit with a 15-second penalty, it looks like. Probably something from the previous race, I would assume. Now upgraded to a 20-second penalty. Okay. Upgraded to a drive-through? Going once? Going twice? No drive-through penalty for Desjardins. Okay. But the 80-minute race, mandatory pit stop, I expect to see the drivers taking full fuel loads for this 120-minute race and then going as far as they can, taking a splash and dash, because lap traffic is definitely going to become a thing. I think avoiding the accidents on lap 1 will be very, very crucial to the driver's success here tonight. So I expect to see a lot of drivers trying to avoid those and take some early pit stops. Let's go ahead and start with the livery deep dive and review before we get any further along. Ali Raza in P1 with a 132.577 in the number 30 BMW. Then we've got Quinn Smith in the number 66 in second place, 1/10 back. Jeff Spangler is about a half-second back in the number 9. In third, Jake Wells for the Samurai's car in the 527 in fourth. Wilson Fernandez in the 888 is 7/10 adrift in fifth. Kenneth Portis II is in sixth place in the number 84 NSX. Casey Schutte is going to be in the 444 in seventh place. Hunter Davis is going to be in the number 70 in eighth place. Timothy Jadubal, 1.1 off the pace right now in the 531 in ninth. JPR in number 15 is going to be in 10th. Gil Silverland in the 400 is going to be in 11th place. Matt Artems in 12th in the 414. Andre Alex Alfonso in the 999 in number 13th spot. Number 14 spot goes out to Tyler McCullough in the FNM car. Erica Cossian in the 555 holds on to the top 15 in the 555. Jason Provolone in the 82 and 16th. Gelson Cruz in the 777, the black Porsche in 17th. Patrick Dubois in his iconic livery in the number 87 and 18th place. Zane Bliskett in the number 64. Mad Fox Sim Racing. Anthony Kelly from FNM in the number 7 and 20th. Drew Burakovsky in 21st position in the number 19. Jan Stam is in the 100 car in 22. Daniel Desjardins in the number 88 and 23rd. Spady Budd in the number 24 spot in the number 21 car, though, for the Mad Fox cars. Aaron John in the number 24 and 25th spot. Rally Dutchy in the 621 is in 26th. Jaeger Karu is going to be in 27th spot in the 920, collecting positions as he goes along. Neil's hoping for a commentary's curse on Eric Kakasian. Unfortunately, he was able to get commentary blessings, as I ended up giving him a little bit of energy when we were looking at his livery. And he was able to get into the top 15, so hopefully goes one way or the other for you. I don't know why the car has a 20-second penalty. I couldn't tell you. I'm assuming that's something that happened in the previous race that did not get resolved. Potentially a qualifying issue from the previous race, I would assume, but nothing really to say about it. Thank you very much, Neil. Appreciate it. I feel like a human again. Previous race penalty points. They're required to serve 20 seconds when they pit stop. Copy that. Thank you very much for the update, Neil. Neil being one of the race admins here at TRACKILICIOUS, giving us a quick update on how the points penalty system breaks down. Drivers are getting squared up. 2x2 formation we go. Looks like somebody is missing from the number 4 spot. That would be Jake Wells. Caught a little bit off guard right now. Maybe he's trying to get a sneaky run through Deerlead. The Lodge's corner, and now through Deer Leap we go. Cars look like they're stammering for position right now. Jake Wells has got some catching up to do right now. Green, 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 away we go. He's not able to catch up like he should, or maybe he is trying to tuck into the background of those two battling cars out in front and almost touching the rear wing of Jeff Spangler, but not doing so. Jake Wells, single file line now, 1, 2, 3. He does get by Spangler, and that was some sneaky lap 1 overtaking stuff to go. Good stuff out of Jake Wells Racing, but now he's going to battle back here with Jeff Spangler coming through the island bend. He has to get off throttle. He might lose another position here, but no, tucks back into 4th position overall. Ollie Raza, Quinn Smith, Jeff Spangler, Jake Wells, Wilson Fernandez, Kenneth Portis, Casey Schutte, Timothy Jedubal, Hunter Davis, and Matt Artem. There's your top 10. Matt Artem all the way up into 10th already. Leads Tyler McCullough from FNM, goes a little bit off at Britain's, able to do a little hip check there on the FNM car to regain that position, and JPR is able to go through. Matt Artem's already been able to gain 2 positions off the breakaway, started in 12th position, now up into 10th position, and they're all managing to survive lap 1 so far. Pretty much the 88, the 87, and the 24 getting the worst of it, though. They're a couple seconds off the pack right now, but all managing to survive very well. It looks like Jake Wells from Jake Wells Racing in the Samurai car is chasing down Jeff Spangler right now. I want to make sure I said that right. Jake Wells is chasing down Jeff Spangler, and he's doing a good job. The prime liveried car is gonna get the beans here in a second from Jake Wells if he's not too careful, taking out pylons as we go already for lap 2. Now we are completed with lap 1, and the cars are undulating all over the track. You can see here at the Oulton Park circuit, things are getting underway, and it looks like Gil Silverland has been collected, the number 400 involved in the yellow flag. I think that was just self-inflicted damage to himself. No one else seems to be involved in an incident. Drive-through cleared lap 2 for the 920. Jaeger Karu had a drive-through penalty seemingly for being out of position on the start. It's the only way I believe he would have gotten one. Quinn Smith heading over into the pocket sand to throw back into the eyes of Jeff Spangler as he's trying to chase down Ollie Raza, but also has some defensive moves he needs to be able to stick on Jeff Spangler and Jake Wells lurking in the background right now. This AMR trying to do well on its home circuit, but the McLaren boys sure are doing some work right now on each other as well. They've got to be working together right now because they don't want to lose touch with Ollie Raza, who's gaining a marginal size gap, 1.6, 1.7 seconds gap right now, ahead of the pack behind. Tyler McCullough involved in an accident with JPR. Let's take a quick look and see what happened. Number 15 doing okay, it looks like. And they're going to come into the end of the lap, and Jake Wells just goes over the curb and then goes into JPR, spins him around, and that'll be the end of that. Jason Provolone just got passed by Eric the Boss Gagosian. Let's see if we can do that full onboard lap with Eric here in just a moment. We've got a lot of battling going on right now, so I might hold off for just a second. There goes a big look from Andre Alex Alfonso on Jason Provolone, but doesn't really want to go for it yet. Here's Timothy Jedubal, the other FNM car, nestled into the top 10. He's sitting in 8th place right now as we enter Britain's. Hello, Undercover Raccoons. Thank you very much for being here, brother. Always love to see those rack attacks whenever I can. Jake Wells doing a great job right now, really tucked in behind the rear wing of Jeff Spangler and not giving him any breathing room to potentially make a mistake. He's been around 4/10 to 2/10 back at all opportunities that he can make an overtake, just waiting for a little bit of a mistake to happen in front of him to opportunize. That's a word, and we're sticking to it. Make an opportunity happen out of thin air. Tyler McCullough on a recovery drive right now. He's got a lot of damage on the front bonnet of that car right now. That 227 not doing very well. It's struggling to even get around Spady Bud right now. This is the car that was sitting into the 14th position on the start, tumbled down 6 positions overall with JPR closely behind. Like I said, a car that was starting early on. Oh, here goes side-by-side action right now. And it looks like Gelson Cruz might be able to get through at Cascades, and he does. Big Gel able to make that Porsche stick there. The 777 over the 999. And a little bit of door banging there between the 777 and the 999, but no love lost between drivers. Alex Alfonso about to get passed by Anthony Kelly, from FNM. A little bit of touching there as well, but no rubbing is racing calls are being made. Oh, there goes a move up the inside. Alex Alfonso trying to get back around Gelson Cruz, side by side, getting pushed to absolute limits of the track. That's definitely door banging and racing hard as well. The 999 almost got ran off the circuit there on the braking zone. Had to improve the traction that he was able to get and nestle that car into something with a little bit more grip than it could have had previously had it been on the braking surface. The 527 of Jake Wells still chases down Jeff Spangler. The 4th and 3rd position still up for grabs. Quinn Smith now losing touch with the cars behind. He's only got a 1-second gap to Ali Raza out in front right now. 1.2 seconds, so the gap is coming back. Oh, there's a big spin from Jake Wells. Big spin from Jake Wells. Let's see if we can get a 10-second recap and see how he lost it going into turn 3 Cascades and just lost the car on entry, pushing a little bit too hard potentially, and Jake Wells tumbles down into 10th place overall. He's able to recover by just a wee bit there. No damage done other than the tires, it looks like. Grumpy Geriatric Gamer, he braked on the grass, I think. I'm not quite sure he did. It just looked like he was a little discombobulated coming over the crest of Cascades, and that really what threw off the balance of the car and sent him round. I could be wrong though. I've been wrong in the past and I'm not willing to admit any otherwise. That'll do it for sure. Braking where there is no traction, that will cause it for sure. And we saw that happen from Alex Alfonso as he battled it out with Gelson Cruz in the 777, but was able to recover from that one. What's up, One Bigly? This is Jake Wells trying to enter this recovery drive with those scorched tires, I can only imagine. Chasing down Matt Artem right now. Matt Artem sitting in 9th place, and now Jake Wells getting around Matt Artem with relative ease. This is where he lost it before at Cascades, and he manages to keep the car pretty cool and collected right now. And Matt Artem happily collects his 10th place and keeps on driving forward in that Audi R8 LMS. There's another 3-way battle going on right now. This is Gelson Cruz, Alex Alfonso, and Anthony Kelly. The 13th, 14th, and 15th position overall. I'm curious about the pit stop strategy as well. I'm guessing a lot of the drivers are driving with full fuel tanks right now. The only one that wouldn't be is the 777 Porsche. Alex Alfonso looks to the right, looks back to the left, trying to find a move he can stick right now on the 777. 999 of Alex Alfonso trying to get around Gelson Cruz, unable to do anything too cheeky right now, as they're pretty much nose to tail, illuminated by the sunlight through the trees here at Oulton Park. And to my surprise, there's actually not a lake here at Oulton Park. Did anybody else think that there was a lake here at Oulton Park? I would have assumed that there would have been fishing, some sort of water activity, you know, even if it wasn't motorboating activities, but more so just, you know, some non-power boats. And here goes Alex Alfonso looking for anything that he can make stick now on Gelson Cruz. Feels like he's losing out on quite a bit of time. Timothy Jedubal from FNM having an off, and he's tumbling down the order right now. Let's see if we can see what happened to the 531 very quickly. And the 531, oh, just goes off at turn 2. Just goes off at turn 2. Jedu Ball getting energy of your choice. That'll be Jedu Ball. Where is he right now? The 531. He's down in the pit lane right now. The number 23. And energy of your choice. And we did have an onboard lap request from Neil Kerbal, or Neil Kabuki. And we'll have to get that done for Eric the Boss Kakasi. But we've got more battles settling in right now. I'll save this one for a little bit of time where we have some to spare, because drivers are jostling for position all around. There goes Drew Burkowski in the background as well, trying to get around big Zane Bliskett. Zane rocking the Ford Mustang livery, Mad Fox Sim Racing team. Getting harassed right now. Oh, there goes side-by-side action between Gelson Cruz and Andre Alex Alfonso that ends in tears, and 2-3 drivers having to go off track to avoid that. Let's take one more look and see what happened. Let's go back to this side-by-side action between Gelson Cruz and Andre Alex Alfonso. Plentifully alongside on entry, and just tried to go in on him, and then just got bumped out wide, and that'll be the end for him. Oof. Take a look at this really quickly. Sorry. Just fixing some technical difficulties there. Drew Burkowski, a little bit of door banging there with Zane Bliskett as he was able to get by. Eric Kakasian now chasing down Matt Arden. Let's give you that full onboard lap that you're asking for. Requested a fun fact from Adam Strange. Adam Strange, do you know what the top 10 activities are near Oulton Park? What do you think that they would include? If you expected to hear falconry, you were right. If you expected to hear horseback riding, you were right. If you thought that the Land Rover experience was something that you can do in Tarpoli, England, you were right. If you thought that there was a mill nearby, for sure, you were right. If you thought that there was boats nearby, you're right, but it's about 7.2 miles away. If you thought that there was outdoor adventure activities like zip lining and some tightrope walking and some rope bridges, you would be right. Eric Kakasian going up the inside of Matt Artem on the outside now for the chicane. Gets a little door bang there, and Eric has to avoid narrowly the tire barrier, and Matt Artem gives that position up pretty easily to the 555. Eric Kakasian goes forward. Matt Artem falls backwards. A couple churches nearby and a couple of lakes nearby as well. And there's the famous Anderson boat lift. And I'll tell you about the Anderson boat lift for another fun fact. So I have a feeling like there's more requests coming in. Oulton Park is a very fun location in Cheshire, England. Founded in 1953, more or less unchanged since 1954. Little downshift there, back up for Eric Kakasian as he gets on throttle. Take a quick look at the Big Cheese himself, now trying to chop it up with Matt Artem as they come through the chicane, the first of the two. Artem losing quite a bit of time now, trickling backwards down the order. JPR and Gil Silverland have been the only couple of people that have taken their pit stop, other than Patrick Dubois and Aaron John right now. Here goes a move or a look from JPR, excuse me, no, of Jason Provolone trying to go through on Matt Artem, who's nestled into the top 10 right now. Goes a little wide at Lodge Corner as he saw the yellow flag, hopefully avoiding any mistakes that some other drivers may have had. And big on the brakes is that McLaren trying to get behind that Audi, and he's doing a great job of catching him during the braking zones, but that Audi so light and nimble with that mid-rear engine is just able to pull away pretty nimbly. And gaps coming forward and back together again. Adam Strange also lives on an island, so he expected boats. Well then, there's more boat facts coming at you. Oh, there goes a big look from Provolone. Matt Artem, can he defend at Shell's Oil Corner? He does return to the racing line and manages to keep the car collected and enter Britain's. But now Provolone's caught back up one more time. The track seems to have come into this McLaren's favor right now. Looking at Casey Schutte as he chases down Kenneth Portis II. This is Matt Artem and Jason Provolone one more time. The 414 gets eaten alive by the number 82 in these braking zones, but this Audi R8 LMS able to pull away after the braking zone. Pretty nimble and agile, if I do say so myself. Audi R8 pushing 5.2 liter V10, 585 horsepower. Really good balance overall, strong traction, great grip, especially in the wet conditions or lower track grip surfaces. And thanks to its all-wheel drive system, that might not help him here as the Provolone man turns into turn 3 at Cascades and easily gets that move done as that McLaren pushing a 4-liter V8 twin turbo and 720 horsepower is a little bit more nimble there at Cascades, and that improved response really showing its form, as well as having that aerodynamic grip to be able to hold on to that stability. Matt Artem goes back into 11th place overall. Don't forget about the IRL Friends and Family Swap. Get in and win. Just a for fun event. You need yourself, your spouse, sibling, parent, or a friend in your typical sim racing gear of choice, whatever that ends up being, and also bring your great attitude. Classification of cars. No, there's no IRS Fun Friend Family Swap. It is just the IRL, in real life driver swap. And classification of cars is going to be GT3 racing. Track is going to be the Red Bull Ring. Got 30 minutes of qualification / practice. Experienced drivers will set a qualification lap to determine the starting grid order, then hand the rig over to the co-driver to learn the track and practice their pit stops. Because we have a 40-minute race, it is going to be 10 minutes for the experienced driver, 20 minutes for the spouse, parent, sibling, friend, etc. 10 minutes back to the experienced driver for the end of the race. Swaps are IRL, so not done in-game. And your friend or family member is not required to have any experience. This is all just for fun. So make sure you go ahead and get involved. If you don't have anyone to swap out with, make sure you sign up for the GT4 class. Signups at !SimGrid. Arlen Santos, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. Glad you are enjoying the show. We're here at Oulton Park for this lovely British round of our GT3 Fall Championship Series. We've got about 1 hour left to go. We've just crossed the 20-minute mark for the race timer, and the drivers are finally nestling into their positions overall. We have a couple people on recovery drives right now, such as Jake Wells and JPR, James Pierre Reed. Who else do we have? Andre Alex Alfonso in the 999, and Anthony Kelly, and so is I think the other F&M car seems to have dropped out. Yes. The other F&M car of Timothy Duval seems to have dropped out tonight. Quinn Smith battling it out with Jeff Spangler, as well as Casey Schutte and Ken Force II. Ollie Raza escaping with a about 4.5 second gap over Quinn Smith right now. Take a look at that Jake Wells, Casey Schutte battle. Jake Wells had a big off there at turn 3. Really trying hard to regain his track position. Anthony Kelly from FNM getting a livery deep dive request. I think we can do that. He's chasing down Gelson Cruz right now, and Matt Aram surely to follow next. Fear Nothing Moto plastered on the side. Moza Racing being one of their sponsors. Live Fearlessly and the Arma logos sponsored by Track Titan. Live Fearlessly written on the rear wing. A little bit of damage there on the rear end of that car by Track Titan. Sync mesh as well. Very nice and professional looking livery. ACC Drive also being one of their sponsors, it looks like. And that one is going to be a Gelsted? A Gelsted? Angelsted? I don't know what that one is. Like the gold rims complementing the car. Ablestead. Ablestead Designs. Gotcha. Thank you. Now, if that's not a screenshot, I don't know what is. The Brembo Bakes caliper lit up. Very nice looking car. Very nice looking car all the way. What's up, Shot and Frame? Yeah, fresh cut all around. I had to go see my grandmother, and she was gonna slap me stupid if I didn't get a haircut and chop the mop off, so had to not look like Osama bin Laden for a second there. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Oh, there's a big wiggle out of Casey Schutte, and this is gonna allow Jake Wells to tighten up the gap right now. Really tighten up the gap. He's down to around 0.3 of a second. Sean Frame, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate the love and support you're giving to Tracklicious. And if you have not used your free Prime subscription, make sure you go ahead and use that with the claim subscription button. Side-by-side action. Here it comes. Jake Wells on the inside. Can he make anything stick? I don't think so. He's trying to go the long way around at Shell's Oil Corner, but he goes off into the marbles, leaving tons of space on the inside. This is going to give him a run towards Britain's, and I think he will have the inside-outside line. Deep on the brakes, Schutte gets undercut there, and he's able to make a nice move. Great overtake out of Jake Wells from the Samurais team. Thank you very much, Shot and Frame, for the subscription. Appreciate it. 3 months in a row. That's probably almost a year. And on a 1 month streak as well. Hype Train is incoming. Brood Stooge, thank you very much for the Prime. Appreciate the subscription. Subscribed for 5 months. That is indeed almost a year. 5 minutes and 12 seconds left in this Hype Train. Choo-choo, everybody, get on here. Make sure you thank Beyonce. You don't have to come after you. That's Mike Noss's gig. I don't have to thank nobody. We have people that need to thank me for my lyrical talents. Zane Bliskett just getting passed, it looks like, by Anthony Kelly from FNM. There's a move that's been brewing for a while. Anthony Kelly on a recovery drive. Adam Strange cheered one bit. Slack Saagar was male human serving the Galactic Empire during the Galactic Civil War. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. I think you're making things up. Oh my God. You're not making things up. The Saagar system was a star system located in the inner rim that contained a black star real world situation. That's pretty damn funny. I had no idea that I was in Star Wars. Thank you very much for that piece of information. Now that is a treat. Now that was a treat of a tidbit of information. Whoa, there goes a side-by-side action door bang in there with Zane Blisket and the FNM car of Anthony Kelly on entrance. That Mustang was really heavy on the brakes, got a little bit of a wiggle on it there, and almost ended in calamity. Let's get the onboard for Kenneth Portis II. Whatever Fool is raiding with a party of 13. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome everybody to our wonderful Tracklicious event. We are doing our GT3 championship in fall, and we have a 1 hour and 20-minute race, or 80 minutes depending on how well you math, race of Oulton Park right now for our 8-round championship series. Right now we're about 40 minutes into this one, or 30 minutes into this one, a little bit over halfway to go. My math cannot math right now. We've got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left of the hype train. Go ahead, follow, like, subscribe, and if you have not used your subscription for Prime, please feel free to do so. Use your claim subscription button. Whatever Fool, AC Noise. This is actually Assetto Corsa Competizione, ACC. And someone requested a full onboard lap with Kenneth Portis II. Let's see if we can do this now. Z chases down Wilson Fernandez. This is the 5th place car, chasing down the 4th place car. Oh, do I? I do have it labeled as Assetto Corsa Competizione. I apologize. Well, thank you very much for letting me know. I have just changed that to ACC. Yeah, like cool mods do, of course. You're like, wow, this really looks like ACC. This looks really sick. I didn't know AC has come so far. This is actually ACC Evo. We just got it first for 21 drivers tonight. 50 minutes, 55 seconds left on the clock. Ollie Raza leads Quinn Smith, Jeff Spangler, Wilson Fernandez, and Kenneth Portis II. And just as I looked away, Kenneth Portis II had a little bit of a mistake and loses touch with Wilson Fernandez out in front by a little bit more than a marginal amount. He's 5.4 off the drift right now. I want to take a look at Anthony Kelly from FNM as he's chasing down Zane Blisket. That gap's not going anywhere right now. We'll leave it as it is. Thank you very much, Whatever Fool, for the raid. Thank you very much for being here. All the Whatever Fool fans, all 13 of you, for joining us. Really appreciate it. You guys were amazing. Well, Kenneth Portis II, he's struggling with that gearbox right now. That does not sound like healthy hits of the rev. The car seems to be a little bit stiffer than it should be right now. And he's getting chased down by Jake Wells in 6th place. Kenneth Boris the second right now, a 134.9 being that last lap around. 134.1 from Jake Wells on that recovery drive of his in 6th place. He's doing very well to catch back up, and he's even catching Jeff Spangler in the meantime. Jake Wells has been chopping it up left, right, and center like a NASCAR driver. And hopefully Kenneth Boris II can get back to driving forward and catch back up to Wilson Fernandez. 5.9 second gap now between him and Wilson Fernandez. Almost a touch there from Jake Wells. You can almost see it in the background. Jake Farrell was a human male. Huh. That is one. I'm going to start calling Jake Wells Gold 4 from now on. And Gold 4 going for 4. Where is Jake Wells as far as overtaking opportunities? He's lost 2 overall, which is not bad from what he's been through. Let's go back over to the camera, and we can see the rear wing of Kenneth Boris II as Jake Wells, aka Gold 4, chases down Big Red. Red leader. Ollie Raza giving flashy of the headlights as he runs into the back of, I believe that's Patrick Dubois and Gil Silverland. And it looks like the 88 goes off, and that's Daniel Desjardins, excuse me. And both of those cars getting involved in, I think, individualized accidents there. Let's take a quick look back and see what happened. Flashy from the headlights. Oh, touched in the rump there. The 88 and the 87, if I'm not mistaken. And then that lets Ollie Raza go through pretty easily there. And Quinn Smith is probably going to have to pick up the pieces. Let's see where the 66 is at on track. He gets through very easily. And Jeff Spangler actually doing very well in the number 9 in 3rd place. He's only about 0.8 adrift from Quinn Smith right now. I do want to hear what everybody's having for dinner tonight. So let me know in the comments below what you're having for dinner in the chat link. Adam Strange had tacos. That sounds tasty. Take a quick look at Zane Blisket and Gil Silverland as they just inverted positions for just a second, but got back to where they were before. And then Zane Blisket has an off at turn 2. And able to regain his position back on track, but not by too much of an error. Go back to Jake Wells chasing down Kenneth Boris II. 5-2-7 of Jake Wells chasing down the number 84 Big Red, getting chased down by Gold Leader 4. Grumpy Geriatric Gamer is having for dinner pasta, tomato, and meat sauce when I get around to making it. Might be a little late for that. It may be time to order Uber Eats, my friend. My DoorDash delivery showed up half an hour late, so I didn't get a chance to eat my sandwich before the race started. So I got 45 minutes before I get to eat my cold sandwich in the fridge. That gap keeps slinking backwards and forth now between Jeff Spangler and Quinn Smith. The number 66 and the number 9 getting really close to each other here at the Shell's Oil corner. Again, AMR versus the McLaren 720S. The McLaren 4-liter V8 twin turbo trying to chase down the AMR. 4-liter V8 twin turbo, pushing around 550 horses. Really good on the brakes, balance handling overall, and good aerodynamics. Effective at maintaining stability at high speeds, but the 720S also capable of doing around the same things, just performing its balance in very different ways. You might not mind Dr. Porkchop, but I feel like some of the Tracklicious staff might mind. And plus, I don't want to have a mouthful of turkey sandwich while the race is going on and something happens on I drink Wells from Jack Wells Racing. That'd be pretty unprofessional. Let's take a look up and down the grid as well, because we've got another Jake Wells battle coming on. Kenneth Portis II. Kenneth Portis II struggling just a little bit still. He's found his groove, 134.9 finally, but the 134, excuse me, 0.7 of Jake Wells is still improving lap after lap on Kenneth Portis II. And they're no longer catching up to Wilson Fernandez, who just did a 134.5. But they're losing touch with him by just a little bit. Am I a failure? Thank you very much for the compliment. Yes, I did shave my nasty looking beard off my face. Thank you very much for the compliment. Hopefully it helps me with the ladies. Ladies. But more importantly, it's nice to be cool during these hot summer days. It's about 100 degrees in my apartment right now, still at 6:30 in the evening here in California. But we're not in California right now. It's 26 degrees Celsius, 31 degrees on the track here at Oulton Park. Coming out straight number 4 and into Lodge's corner. Jake Wells trying to execute something now. Really looking for his opportunity to snap back at Kenneth Portis II, and into the pits he goes. And this will be the first of the front runners to take their pit stop strategy. And let's see what Jake Wells from Jake Wells Racing is going to have in store for us as far as the strategy is concerned. I have a feeling like he's going to have to take tires unplanned. But if you're set up for a splash and dash from the get-go, and you're going to push to the end no matter what, still sitting stationary right now. And he's rolling. I think those are no tires. They invented this thing called air conditioning. I know it exists. My landlord does not permit me to have it, though. Included in my utilities are electric bills, so therefore they do not permit me to own one. 31.9 seconds stationary from Jake Wells, and I think that will be a tire call. I think everybody so far has taken tires. Oh, and there goes an off out of Jan Stam in the number 100. Ollie Raza into the pits. Spangler's into the pits right now. Here comes the cycle. But I do run my computer all day long, and it's basically like a space heater, so can I really complain? I don't know. I don't know. I literally run my PC like all day long, and it's like 850 watts. I basically run a space heater in my office for 12 hours a day. Bronze Stooch on his way to invent a space cooler PC for me. Thank you so much. I probably should invent in water cooling my GPU. That'd probably help me out a lot. Oh, here we go. Spangler with a 9.8 stationary. Leapfrogs Ollie Raza in the pit cycle. Jeff Spangler taking a note out of Quinn Smith's book from last week, if I remember correctly. Quinn Smith, who had won last week's race over Jeff Spangler by not taking tires. And now Jeff Spangler doing the same thing to Ollie Raza. Separated by 14 and a bit seconds, Jeff Spangler is now chasing down Hunter Davis for technically position overall, but they're on completely different strategies right now. Ollie Raza with a 32.5 second stationary, 16.7 second transient. Let's see how the lap traffic plays into this battle right now. 14 seconds. Where is the number 30 on the track map? He's got a little bit of lap traffic between him and Jeff Spangler. Oh, Spangler's tires. Jeff Spangler's tires must be screaming at him right now. Spangler able to get around Hunter Davis, who made a slight mistake there. Getting a little bit bigger of a gap between him and Ollie Raza. But Ollie Raza's catching up pretty steadily right now. Gap down to 12.5 on the break. Here goes Zane Blisket deep on the grass, trying to get around Matt Artem out in front in that lone Audi at Island Bend. Can't quite make the move stick with low traction there, but definitely tried to send it. He licked a stamp, that's for sure. Andre Alex Alfonso lurking in the background, trying to make this one opportunistic event happen for him as well. And it looks like Zane Blisket's yeeting it over the curbs where that Audi really can't do so. Andre Alex Alfonso looks right, goes back left. Looking back at the Mad Fox Sim racing car of Zane Blisket chasing down Matt Artem's car for the America United Racing Team. There he goes, look up the inside, goes back single file, but then snaps back to the inside line, trying to get a run, but the car cannot get the grip that it needs to perform at such a level right now. There goes a move up the inside towards turn one at Old Hall's Corner. Matt Artem returns to the racing line right in front of Zane Blisket, who backs off, and Andre Alex Alfonso is seething at the mouth right now, waiting for this battle to end so he can get through 136.4 to 136.2 from Zane Blisket to Matt Artem, 135.7 for Andre Alex Alfonso. So he's just waiting in the wings, waiting for this move to be finally over so he can gain a position on both of these guys. Ollie Raza is closing down on Hunter Davis, 10.9 seconds separating him. About a 13-second gap for him and Jeff Spangler right now. 35 minutes left in this race. He's got to have a lot of pace in his tank to catch back up to Jeff Spangler. Thank you very much for the reference, Adam Strange. Nobody. You guys are too much sometimes. Andre Alex Alfonso trying to push it to the limit here and get around Zane Blisket while he can. Not able to do so on this lap. Coming around Lodge's corner, and Zane Blisket having the neater of the two lines between him and Andre Alex Alfonso. I need my AC too. I've got my fan on right next to me. Hopefully you guys can't hear it in the background, but it is blasted right at me. Zane Blisket, Matt Artem again. Matt Artem really trying to hold on to this position. He's in 7th place right now, a 4-1-4. And here we come through Lakeside and the Island Bend again. Zane Blisket really tucked in behind the rear wing of Matt Artem, putting the pressure on as hard as he can. Andre Alex Alfonso having an off in the background behind Zane Blisket, just a self-inflicted error, and that gap is going to be 1.8 at the end of it. Zane Blisket hard on the brakes there at Hillslop, almost goes into the rear end of that Audi, but he's doing a very great job of maintaining the balance of that car and knowing where the limits of the vehicle are going to be. Performing in a very neat and tidy-like fashion. Again, looking for a move at turn 16, Lodge's corner. Matt Artem just driving away in a straight line, holding on to it. Let's see what the lap times are as they get to the line. 136.1 for Matt Artem, 135.9 for Zane Blisket, and 136.8 for Andre Alex Alfonso after that little slip-up that he had. Oh, and there's a little bit of door banging there, a little nose-to-tail action, and that'll spin Matt Artem around, and Zane Blisket being the culprit of that one. Oh, yellow flag for Ali Raza, though. The number 30 is off. Let's take a recap and see what happened to the number 30. He did it to himself. I don't think there was a car in front of him. Just goes off at the lakeside bend, and he goes off. Does he bump the barrier as well? He does bump the barrier, and this might be Jeff Spangler's race to win. Ali Raza having the better of the two qualifying sessions, having the better of the race pace as well. 133.5 being his best lap time that he has. Purple lap time, purple sectors. And not able to keep the car underneath him, though, at the lakeside bend. And he's able to go around, touches the barrier as well, and the number 30 loses a ton of pace. He's lost a position to Zane Blisket, Andre Alex Alfonso as well. So not only Hunter Davis, but he's got two other cars technically battling it out for a position. The gap's now increased to around 35 seconds. 30 seconds, let's say, from him to the leader. R.I.P. Carson, indeed. I'm going to have to save that comment for later. That's a long one, but I want to read about Carson Cass. Carson's character. And thank you very much for the cheered bit, by the way. Oh, Jake Wells from Jake Wells Racing getting involved with Jelson Cruz. I think the 777 and the 527 got involved, and Jake Wells might be out of this one. Let's take a look back real quick. Oh, and he's just, no! Off at the second to last corner. Oh, no. Oof. Go back over to a battle that's still raging on. Zane Blisket and Andre Alex Alfonso. After Zane Blisket touched the rear end of Matt Artem, who's still holding on to 9th place somehow, Andre Alex Alfonso's managed to catch back up to Zane Blisket. Here's a very less important Carson. Carson Vance was a male Bith and pet lover who lived during the Galactic Civil War. Very less important, Carson. This is the battle for 7th and 6th right now overall. Zane Blisket and Andre Alex Alfonso still managing to stay within 0.3 of each other. Zane Blisket's last lap was a 135.6 to Andre Alex Alfonso's 134.8, so the gap is definitely going Alfonso's way. There goes a look on the inside of turn 1. Doesn't go for it yet. Goes out to the fake asphalt, as it was called by none other than Amadeo Castorino, as he was teaching us about the Brands Hatch circuit for GT4s coming up on Monday. That's just one day away, everybody. Make sure you sign up if you're not already signed up for the GT4 Open and the GT4 Rookies. Now all I can think about is the sandwich. I'm so hungry for the sandwich now. 27 minutes and 50 seconds left in this race, though, everybody. We've got about a half an hour remaining in this action-packed event. And it looks like Ali Raza's catching back up to Andre Alex Alfonso and Zane Blisket right now in the background. But Jeff Spangler potentially inheriting the race lead right now. Unless Quinn Smith or Kenneth Portis tries to pull off a sneaky overcut by staying out for as long as possible. And it looks like Alfonso peels out of the way to let Ali Raza through. I don't think a sandwich is a food that wraps around items. I think that's a wrap. A sandwich is 2 slices of bread which squeeze objects inside of them. I like Yoda sandwich. Emo sauce? I don't even know what that is. It doesn't sound appropriate, though. It sounds like tauntaun sauce. Kenneth Portis is second, coming into the pit lane. Number 84 coming to serve its mandatory. Let's see what the strategy will be for Kenneth Portis the second. Oh, splash and dash for Kenneth Portis the second. He might be able to pull out in front of Ali Raza as well. Yep, he does so by just a nose hair, though. Just 2.3 seconds in front of Ali Raza. And after Ali Raza had that spin earlier on at turn 3, I definitely think that the tires are going to feel the same. Kenneth Portis with a 14.3 second stationary leads Ali Raza by 1.8 seconds right now. I'll always mess with some Star Wars facts, Adam Strange. Don't you get me started. I love the Clone Wars so much. It was such a good show. Go for 18! First time chatter says, look at the haircut, Saagar. Right on. Thank you very much. Hopefully it looks good. Hopefully it looks good enough for all of you. Ali Raza now chasing down Kenneth Portis II. Battle for 5th and 6th overall, but potentially race leading implications. And championship points implications as well, as Kenneth Portis II needed to knock some points off of someone to gain his way back into the championship top 3. The way things sit right now, Jeff Spangler leads with 182, 170 to Quinn Smith, Ali Raza with 151, and 145 for Kenneth Portis II. So this is a battle for championship points out on track, as well as championship implications for these two. Kenneth Portis II trying to keep ahead of Ali Raza, but can he do it for another 23 minutes? I'm not sure he can. Parks the car, goes for a quick walk around Oulton Park in that number 84, leading the number 30 right now. We're gonna have to keep an eye on the race pace of these two. Kenneth Portis II just on his outlap right now, so the tires are going to be a little bit colder than he would like them to be. Blue flags being waved for the car out in front. That'll be Jam Stam in the number 100 getting those blue flags waved at him. Doesn't have to peel out of the way right away, but it would be beneficial for Kenneth Portis II if he got a little bit of love here. But we all know lap traffic giveth, lap traffic taketh away. And this might be one where it giveth and taketh away all at the same time. And this is where Ali Raza went off before. And now it Shell's oil corner, bumps Kenneth Portis, sends him around. The number 84 gets bumped in the rump there. And that'll be the end of that epic battle between these two, who really are both looking for championship points. Let's take a look back here at the 84 and the number 30's incident here. Let's dissect what happened. Just returning to the racing line, and Ali Raza on the inside. Oof. Oof indeed. Ah, man. Not the way we wanted that battle to end, especially with championship points on the line. And it looks like Ali Raza is actually slowing down to give Kenneth Portis that position back. And the battle will be able to resume here. Erica Kossian trying to go around Zane Blisket. Ali Raza did give that position back to Kenneth Portis II right now, realizing that there were incidences that he may have been responsible for. And so the battle resumes between 6th and 7th. Oh, what a gentleman. Slowed down by like half a lap. He pulled a Lando Norris. Slowed down from like half a lap in the lead to resume this battle. How's Gold 4 doing? Gold 4 is at the back of the grid right now. He is in 19th place. Jake Wells in the 527. He's taken 2 pit stops so far. One that was planned and then one that was not so planned after going off at turn 13. And he clattered with a barrier. Unfortunately, not going so well for Jake Wells at Jake Well Racing Company. Back to the battle that resumes between Kenneth Portis II and Ali Raza. Ali Raza still putting in the work right now, though. The number 30 car really has some pace beneath him. 142.3 to a 142.1. Here goes a look on the inside. Ali Raza tries to go for a switchback. Keeps the car planted. This NSX does not sound healthy. It sounds like the TC is going crazy towards the end of the lap. Andre Alex Alfonso into the pit. Oh, there goes a look from Ali Raza into the back of Kenneth Portis, but backs out of it there at turn 3 Cascades entry. This is the battle we're going to stick on for quite some time as auto camera takes over and switches up to Gelson Cruz and Jam Stam. I'm going to take us back over to the Ali Raza Kenneth Portis the second battle though, because this is the one that has championship implications right now. And coming into Hillslop, everything seems to be okay. And onto Knickerbrook, things are working out well between the drivers. And over towards the water tower, Druid's corner as well. Things go nice and fast here. Ali Raza really closing down the gap pretty aggressively now. Stays to the outside. Will he go for a move? Can't really figure it out on the outside. The long way around doesn't work. And then on through Deer Leap, everything seems to be going all right. I never watched Rebels. I feel like it was not meant for me, but maybe I should watch Rebels. If you recommend Rebels, I'll start watching Rebels. Jan Stam, Gelson Cruz, the 15 and the 14, about to go side by side. Whoa, Porsche on Porsche, love. Shell's Oil corner, everything looks all right. Gelson Cruz leads Jan Stam. And Matt Artem gets passed by Casey Schutte, who has taken his pit stop and taken tires. Matt Artem down into 8th place right now. Here's the battle between Ali Raza and Kenneth Portis II. Catching back up to Gelson Cruz and Jan Stam out in front. I just thought Rebels was for kids. But I mean, and the Clone Wars was definitely not meant for kids. Like, definitely not. At all. It may have been a cartoon, but it was not meant for children. Excuse me. Ali Raza getting really close to Kenneth Portis now. And this is where lap traffic is going to get involved and produce something spicy for us again. That TC on the NSX just does not sound healthy at all. Oh, and there it goes. Lap traffic giveth, lap traffic taketh away. And now Ali Raza is going to have a run on Kenneth Portis II, headed down into Hillslop. But doesn't act on any advantage that he may have gained there. This is where, oh, Ali Raza has a little slip of the wheel on exit of the chicane. And that's why he cannot capitalize right now. I need to know what type of engine that NSX has. But I know the BMW has a 4.4 liter V8, 580 horsepower. NSX is powered by a twin-turbo V6 engine. Thank you very much for that, Grumpy Geriatric Gamer. I was not too sure of that information on my own. Thank you for confirming. Can only have so much data in front of me at one point. I've always been curious about the Inquisitors. I never understood what they are. Whoa, there goes another big look from Ali Raza into Kenneth Portis II's derriere. Oh, I think he just flashed his own headlights just to let Hunter Davis know that they're coming through. That's not Hunter Davis, that's Gelson Cruz. Blue flag indeed. Diving out of the way. 12:20 left on the clock, everybody. We've got enough time left to go to make this battle last as long as possible, but will the drivers have the stamina to keep it up for this long? Wilson Fernandez on his way into the pits right now. He should come out in front of Kenneth Portis and Ali Raza. Lap times right now. Kenneth Portis II. Let's start from the top down. Quinn Smith, 134 flat last lap. Jeff Spangler with a 134.3, 137 for Wilson Fernandez, but he's also into the pit lane. Hunter Davis with a 135.3. Kenneth Portis with a 134.9. Ali Raza with a 135.0. Not much is separating them at all, shot and frame. The time is coming and going very, very, very quickly. In one area of the track, it may be an advantage, but it's also just going back and forth so steadily. I'll tell you the lap times as soon as they cross the line. 135.6 for Kenneth Portis, 135.61 for Ali Raza. Just absolutely nothing separating these two drivers right now. Shot and frame redeemed a hydrate. Unfortunately, I am all out of liquid in front of me. I have no liquid in front of me anymore. I needed this though. I think Spangler was going to walk away with this one. Whoa, hold on. Just as I say that, Quinn Smith, 30-second gap to Jeff Spangler right now. He can go for a splash and dash at the end and win this again over Spangler. Holy smokes, not again. Oh, side by side, wheel well on wheel well action. Ali Raza on the outside could not produce anything as Kenneth Portis II squeezed him as much as possible there. I want to take another re-look at that one. Side by side again. Great action. Get out of here. How do I ban this guy? No, I don't want to gift him a sub. Reporting you for terrorism. No. What a battle indeed between Kenneth Portis II and Ali Raza. Sorry, I was distracted by the bot. Oh, man. Ali Raza is still chasing down Kenneth Portis right now. And someone said that 30 seconds might not be enough. Let's do the math right now. So 17.2 stationary, or 17.2 transient. Spengler pulled off a 9.8 second stationary. That's 27.2 seconds total. I think Quinn Smith can pull this one off. Again, I must say. Lap times, Quinn Smith, 34.1. 34.1 for Spengler. Ali Raza on the inside of Kenneth Portis II. Switchback, engage. And he's got it done finally. The 20-minute overtake has finally taken place. Cody Blanton says Quinn Smith is pitting in right now. He is pitting in right now. Let's see what he does. Let's keep an eye on the number 9 for now. Coming around the back end of the track at Druids. Let's see where Jeff Spengler ends up working his way out on the track. The 66 is rolling right now. Away we go, everybody. The 66 is rolling around out on track, and there in the background is going to be Jeff Spengler, and he holds on by 2.6 seconds. Holy Toledo! He pulls off the 11-second stationary, a 17-second transient. That's amazing. He pulls it off. Take that, jumping geriatric gamer. My math is mathin'. I'm gonna shake my cane at you, jumping geriatric gamer. I wish I had water. I have no water. 6.5 minutes left. I need to take these hydrates. Oh, I need them so badly. I have no more water in front of me. In the background, you can see the 2.3 second lead from Quinn Smith to Jeff Spengler. It's not math, it's measured. It's ACC TV. If you want to argue with ACC TV, CRX Shane, thank you for the hydrate. I wish I had some water in front of me. Actually, I can tell you what the transient times are. Stand by. The transient time for Oulton Park is not listed on this one. Yes, absolutely. I can change over to the relative. Stand by. I don't know. These guys are able to pull off. So, pit entry to pit exit. Mine's saying 17 seconds. 18 seconds is for some of these guys, but I even see as low as 16.7 for Ali Raza, 16.9 for Matt Artem. But Quinn Smith leads Jeff Spangler. And Ali Raza has checked out from Kenneth Porter's second. Hunter Davis, also with a 16.8 second transient. Looks like he was able to pull off a splash and dash of his own and is now in front of Kenneth Portis II. So he'll be the first of the Mustangs squeezed in between Ali Raza and Kenneth Portis. Gonna switch over to Jeff Spangler as he chases down Quinn Smith. The MHR Beanhouse car trying to chase down Quinn Smith out in front of the lead. 3 minutes left on the clock, 1 second gap to make up. 133.8 to Quinn Smith's 134.7 right now. Will leads Wilson Fernandez, Ali Raza, and Hunter Davis. And it looks like Casey shoots off. Just going a little bit slower than normal. And they're about to catch up to Gold 4 of Jake Wells. We'll know how important this battle is going on in front of them, or behind him, I mean. And entering his slop. .134.6 to 134.1. That was their last lap around. Let's see what it is this time around. I think Quinn Smith might have some time in his bag. Potentially saving the tires for this very moment. Flashy at the headlights and distraction out of Spangler into Quinn Smith's eyes. This is going to be the last lap, folks. That's what I said first, Jim. Don't quote me. Jinx, you owe me a soda. This is going to be it, the final lap. Quinn Smith leaves Jeff Spangler in the dust right now. Lap times 34.5 to a 34.2 of Spangler behind. Quinn Smith losing a little bit of time here or there, but it won't be enough for Spangler to catch back up. I don't think so. Because catching is one thing, passing will be a whole nother thing. Eric Kassian leads the two of them right now, and I don't think he'll be able to get in the way of this battle. But Eric Kassian's got his head on a swivel. I know he'll pull over if needed be, but driving in a straight line will be the best thing for these guys' race. Quinn Smith, Jeff Spangler, Wilson Fernandez, Ali Raza, Hunter Davis, and Kenneth Portis II. There's your top 5. Coming around Druids for the final time, everybody. And on to Lodge's corner. This is the only possibility where it could be a mistake for Quinn Smith to hand it over to Jeff Spangler, and it won't be enough. And flashy of the headlights out of congratulations and a great race out of Quinn Smith. Wins the race, leads Jeff Spangler. Wilson Fernandez in P3, leads Ali Raza in P4. Hunter Davis is in 5th place. Kenneth Ports II in 6th. Casey Schutte in 7th. Andre Alex Alfonso in 8th. And there is disaster between Jan Stam and Gelson Cruz going into his slop. That was your battle for 14th and 15th overall. Great race, everybody. Great race indeed. Don't go away just yet. We still have driver interviews right around the corner, everybody. Quinn Smith, Spangler, and Wilson Fernandez. I'll see you guys in the green room, please. Quinn Smith, Jeff Spangler, Wilson Fernandez, Ali Raza, Hunter Davis. There's your top 5. Kenneth Portis II, Casey Schutte, Andre Alex Alfonso, Jason Provolone, and Gakassian. There's your top 10. Matt Artem, Anthony Kelly, Zane Blisket, Gelson Cruz, Jan Stam, Gil Silverland, Patrick Dubois, Daniel Desjardins, and Jake Wells and Rally Dutchy finishing it out for your championship. All 20 drivers. Let's go talk to our racers. It looks like we've already got Jeff Spangler ready to be pulled in. Jeff Spangler, hello, and how are you?
I'm tired, man.
I bet you had a nasty race with Quinn Smith all over again, huh?
Yeah. What a race.
That was exciting. Did you know what strategy you're going to try to pull off this race after what happened last week?
Yeah, absolutely. I did not want to get stuck in back marker hell, which can happen no matter what, and have spent the time to take on fuel and most significantly change tires. So I figured the way Ollie was pulling away that's what he was going to do. And that was fine with me since I need to stay closest to Quinn and kept pushing him. I just decided maybe I could make him think that I was taking fuel and tires and pit when Ollie did. Caught a little bit of traffic out of the pits, which cost me a little bit, but I mean, like I said, I just mostly wanted to make sure I stayed in front of Ollie or had the best chance to do so. It looks like he got stuck by Kenneth. So if I had managed the post pit pace alliteration there, the last couple laps that I had for the if I was able to do that for more in the second stint, I might have had a chance to come out in front of Quinn. But it was a race, and this track, man, it's just like a roller coaster. There's no break.
No, there's no break. There's no reprieve for any of you guys for pushing as hard as you were. And the lap times, you said if you were able to manage that second stint pace a little bit better, your stint was on pace with Quinn Smith's times. I mean, there were hundreds separating your two guys as far as lap times were concerned, even before Quinn Smith has taken his pit stop. So, I mean, what's really the option there? Do you think you could have pushed a little bit harder potentially?
There was a couple laps where I would gain some time and I was like, okay, that's what it feels like to push a little bit more. But I mean, here you don't want to push too hard because there's like danger at literally almost every corner. So yeah, I think. I don't know. Do you happen to have the pit stop times in front of you? Because I'm so used to pitting for tires that I was like taking a drink of water and I lost something of a second because I was like, oh shit, I got to turn the car back on and start driving again.
I don't have them in front of me anymore,
Yeah.
but there are about 17. I said it on stream. It was like 17.8 to 17.2 transient, something
Okay.
like that. Like it was
So wouldn't have made a difference.
crazy how quick they were.
Yeah, I just needed to figure out how much fuel I needed, and it was perfect. But yeah, what an exciting race! Congrats to Quinn. And did Kenneth finish on the podium then? I guess. Yeah.
Kenneth Portis did not. He got bumped in the rump from Ali Raza earlier on, and then that slowed them both down. And then Ali Raza ended up pulling off Lando Norris and slowed down for like half a lap to allow Kenneth Portis to catch back up. And
I wonder what happened.
Yeah.
Ollie was like 15 seconds, then 11 seconds behind me, and then all of a sudden I didn't see him on the timing board anymore.
Yeah. And then Wilson Fernandez and Hunter Davis both ended up pulling off the no tire strategy as well. They learned from you guys and decided to overcut everybody, and then they were able to gain some positions pretty substantially throughout this race.
Cool. Well, thank you for putting doing the broadcast for us, and thanks again to TRACKILICIOUS for putting on the series. It's been a good one. I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
Right on. Thank you very much. I'll pull in Quinn Smith next for his interview. Thanks, Jeff. Take care, brother.
All right. You too. See ya.
And just as I say that, Quinn Smith actually peeled out from the green room. I don't know where he went. Oh, he's back. He's back into the green room. Quinn Smith, our race winner. Hello.
How goes it?
Good. How about yourself, Quinn?
Good. Smooth race.
Again, a guy who's being pushed as hard as you were. You sound pretty calm, cool, and collected again this race.
Yeah, you can't crack under pressure. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but yeah, I'm on a good run, I'd say.
A good run with good strategies beneath you. Did you obviously have this one peeled off in your head before the race even got started?
Yes and no. I kind of base it on where I quali for the most part. But, yeah, from when I qualied, yeah. My strategy was pretty much set in stone from there.
Very nice. It worked out well for you. This might have championship implications for you now, as it looks like Jeff Spangler and you guys might invert positions on the standings. Potentially so, seeing as your round 3 is going to get dropped and your race wins are obviously going to be standing for you. How do you feel right now getting a little bit closer to Jeff Spangler in the championship?
I'm just try not to worry about it, honestly. I mean, there is some thoughts about it, but try not to worry about it too much because you just don't want to overthink it and mess something up. So I try to keep it in the back of the head in the forget box.
Now, is that easy to do when you guys are out on track battling it out like you were tonight?
I'd say yes, to a degree, for me anyways. I don't really, I just worry about driving. I don't worry about anything else once I'm on track. I just focus on the track, and that's really about it.
Now, is Oulton Park a track that really suits your driving style, or was this one that you had to get adapted to?
Definitely adapted to, most definitely.
Got it.
The track is just so narrow and tight, and you don't have any room for any air. It's an old school track. I mean, you got to respect the track of Oulton, or it's gonna bite. There's no question, as we've seen tonight.
100%. Yeah, a couple of expert drivers like Ali Raza himself having an incident where he was one of the fastest drivers out there, but just had an incident there going into the island bend and just threw it off and into the barrier. And that's really what ruined his chances at winning this one and walking away with it. But you guys were able to pull out great pit stop strategies on top of everything and make that really work out in your favor. So great job, everybody.
Appreciate it. And I appreciate, everyone just doing as good as they did today. And there wasn't really that many incidents, which is nice, especially at a track here.
That's a really great point. Hats off to all the drivers for doing very well tonight and maintaining their spatial awareness and driving very, very cleanly. There weren't a lot of incidences. Self-inflicted wounds, sure, but not a lot of incidences for that point. Great point indeed there. Is there anybody that you want to thank or anything about your race that we may have missed that you want to talk about before we let you go?
I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you everyone watching, all the participants. I mean, we wouldn't be here for you guys, and I hope you guys keep coming back and watching. We do it for you guys, so.
100%. Thank you very much, Quinn Smith. Have a wonderful night, brother. Be safe.
You too.
Alrighty, everybody. If that wasn't enough action for you, make sure you watch this one back because we've got plenty more left to come. Tomorrow night, we have our GT4 races coming at you. Stern, fast, in a hurry. GT4 rookies starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then we have our GT4 Open right after that. Then we have our GT3 West Coast Wednesdays coming up on 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we're going to be at the Nürburgring this week. And then we have our GT3 Championship again coming back at you. This time we're going to be at the Glen. Special events coming up with the Spooky Suzuki Sun Sprint and our Flooded Silverstone. But don't forget about the IRL, Friends and Family Swap. Swap out with the person in real life at the Red Bull Ring for an epic chance to win nothing but 10,000 participation points for joining up and having a great time. Looking forward to seeing you guys there on Thursday, October the 10th at 6 p.m. It is a stacked schedule for sure, Bron Scooch. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you very much for coming to hang out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, all that, you know, social media manager stuff you're supposed to say. But most importantly, thank you, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate all of the love and support you guys are able to give to us at the Tracklicious team. It wouldn't be without all of the Tracklicious staff members that put on a wonderful production, that from the server admins that get everything set up to the server stewards, the race stewards, who also have to go through the hard, grueling task of watching all the replays back and finding out who's at fault for what incidences. So thank you very much to all the Tracklicious staff, and thank you very much for all the viewers as well for being a participant in chat or just lurking and giving us some love by throwing up our viewer numbers up a little bit. Thank you very much for everything you guys do, whether you watch, like, and subscribe or not. Have a wonderful night, and please always remember to stay safe. Good night.